Women, they can be extremely frustrating to deal with when it comes to figuring out if they're into you or not. It's a terrible feeling to read signals wrong and make a move, only to find out she didn't intend to come off as interested, or that she was just being nice to you. It can really hinder your ability and confidence to feel comfortable with approaching the next woman. And in some cases, it can leave a really bad taste in guys' mouths about women in general. These things suck, and I've seen a healthy amount of men asking for ways to read into women's interests. Does she like you if she's playing with her hair? Is she having a conversation with you? If she likes your shirt? Where the hell do you draw the line from friendly to interested? Fortunately, there are subtle things women do that indicate strongly that she's interested in you, and that you're golden for an approach. Generally, women won't come right out and tell you that they like you. It's unfortunate, but it's also a reality in our current social climate. Women are taught to let the men pursue them and let the men approach them first. Let the men ask to take you out. They're taught that to openly pursue a man makes you look like a slut, a whore, an easy girl. And women try to avoid these types of labels. Because women are usually raised or conditioned in this manner, they don't like taking the lead in regard to approaching. Luckily, they still like us, and they still want to help us understand when they like us. When a woman is interested in you, she's much more likely to give hints and throw subtleties your way, hoping that you'll pick up on what's going on and make a move. A lot of guys will hear this and simply choose to not waste their time, which is understandable. Why put effort into a girl that can't express how she feels? The thing about that mindset, though, is that women that come right out and say, "John, I really like you, and I'd like it if you took me out sometimes," are freaking rare. Very freaking rare. And if you decide to sit around and wait for that type of woman, you'll be waiting for a very long time. When you don't have the luxury of bold women approaching you, you've got to read the signs. And I'd like to share some valuable knowledge that really helped me out with knowing when a woman was genuinely interested in me or was just being friendly or nice. One, if a woman is interested, comfortable with you, she'll put herself in your orbit. Now, what does this mean? When a woman likes you, she'll go out of her way to be around you. She'll look for opportunities to touch you, speak to you, or just look at you if you're at a distance. This translates to the texting or calling game too. Have you ever had a girl you've known for a while just text you out of the blue with "Hey, hi," or "What's up"? Secret gentleman, she's putting herself in your orbit. She's more than likely hoping you'll take her invitation and turn it into a date. The simplest way to go about doing so is this. If a woman you're getting to know or dating texts, calls you but isn't talking about anything in particular, schedule a date. She's thinking about you and wants to see you. She probably won't come right out and say so, but you've got to read between the lines. 2. General contact. Going back to putting herself in your orbit, what does this mean? Let's say you've got someone whom you work with. She seems to always greet you when you arrive. More interestingly, she always seems to find you, wherever you are, and say farewell when she or you leave. If a woman is constantly greeting you and wishing you well when one or both of you leave work, she's more than likely interested. Especially if she doesn't give everyone at the workplace the same kindness. She's putting herself in your orbit to make it easier for you to make a move. Women also carry out this same behavior over texts. If you receive a random text from a woman you're dating, something along the lines of, "I just saw this random thing and it reminded me of you. I just thought about that time we went to X. Hey, what are you doing? Are you doing anything today? I just thought about you. How are you?" She's thinking about you. You crossed her mind, and instead of coming right out and saying, "I want to see you, ask me out," or just asking you out on a date, she'll put herself in your orbit. She'll make her presence known, and hope that you understand her actions enough to realize she wants you in some way and should schedule a time to get together. 3. Physical contact. Another way women put themselves in your orbit is through physical touch. Men, if a woman is constantly bumping, brushing up against you, she's interested. I don't care what anybody says. People are more than aware of their personal space. They will not consistently brush up against someone that they do not find appealing, physically or in general. Likewise, if she's always touching parts of your body, again, she's interested. She's initiating the touch barrier and letting you know she's cool with physical touch. Obviously, don't lose your mind with this statement. That doesn't mean you're good to start squeezing her, but if a woman is touching you, it's her way of saying, "I'm okay with you being physical with me." Again, it's more frustrating than her just saying, "I'm totally down if you touched me, dude." But again, women aren't generally that forward. 4. Fake helplessness. Sometimes, women do funny things and get creative to get what they want. All of you guys have this protective instinct. Some of you are more, and some of you are less. But most guys react when a girl seems helpless. Imagine her standing at the bar wanting to get a drink. The waiter didn't see her and she seems frustrated. Other examples. She can't seem to find her jacket in the wardrobe. She searches and searches, but her jacket is missing. Or she finds her jacket, but she is too short to get it. She wants to smoke a cigarette, but her lighter won't work. She tries and tries, but it just won't light. She is searching for something in her pocket but can't find it. In all of these situations, women seem helpless, or in other words, women want to seem helpless. The examples above are all things that I, or friends of mine, did to get in contact with men. You can be certain that she is just playing clumsy or helpless when you already had eye contact several times or talked to each other before. All of this will happen near you so she can be sure you see her acting all helpless. Go over and help her. Then start a conversation. 5. Eye contact. Finally, eye contact. Fellas, if you've caught a girl staring at you for the 15th time, she's interested in you. I know you may think she's starting at something behind you, or looking at somebody that happens to be close by you, but let's be honest here. If you're consistently finding her gaze at you, even when you move locations, she's staring at something she likes, which is you. Now, I understand eye contact can be iffy at times. So, if you're still on the fence about whether a girl is looking at you because she's interested, or because she's just so disgusted with you, the next time you catch yourself looking, maintain eye contact for a second. And grin. You don't have to full-on smile if you don't want to. If she smiles back at you, even if she averts eye contact while doing it, she's interested, and she wants you to approach her. If she doesn't smile back and looks away, sorry champ, she isn't into it. These aren't all the signs women show to express their interest in you, but they're the basic things to look out for if you're wanting to know if you've got a shot or not. Perhaps one day we'll live in a world where everyone can just be blunt and honest without fear of rejection. But until that day, I hope this information can help you. 6. She doesn't acknowledge you at all. This one gonna seem odd considering everything I've said so far, but it's still true, so here goes. Basically, you need to realize that some girls are simply more confident than others, and that even though some will have the courage to touch or tease you to get your attention, some will just freeze up like an Eskimo's ballsack when they're in your presence. Let's say you're in a group of friends and one of them is a girl you don't know and who isn't interacting with you in the slightest. Let's say she won't look at you or talk to you at all, and when you ask her questions she responds to someone else instead of to you. If that happens, there's a damn good chance that she likes you so much that she's freezing up and doesn't know what to do. Of course, she might actually hate you, but realistically, unless you're genuinely an unlikable asshole, that's probably not the case. Also, girls tend to like and trust guys that their friends vouch for, so if you have mutual friends, there's no real reason for her to actively dislike you. What to do after she shows interest? Don't be afraid or nervous. You have seen that she is interested in talking to you. Approach her immediately. It doesn't matter if she is alone or with friends. Mostly, her friends will find an excuse to leave, or she will distance herself from them, with you. From now on, watch out for all the signals women try to give you guys. It's not a big deal if you misinterpret signs, especially if it's a single sign. You will become much better over time and a previously unknown world will unfold in front of you. Just don't be afraid of the setbacks in the beginning. Always remember, the difference between a romantically successful man and an unsuccessful one is that the successful man has been rejected a lot and has learned from it. Believe me, no one is born a master.